Good morning. So I just wanted to come on and do a little share with you about joy, about my own personal experience with joy this week, and also why, if you're sitting on the edge of our event, which takes place next week on Sunday, our introduction to joyful living with Kimmy and I, then I want to just explain why joy is so important. So a little bit of brief little background to my week. So on Tuesday, I had the balance specialist, and I spoke about this when Kimmy and I did our live. So joy for me really has transformed my life. At the start of this journey, about 15 months ago, I started experiencing numerous issues, perimenopausal issues with my balance, issues with my mental health. It was like a whole, the universe just went, take this. And it was a real challenging period. Now, I have all the skills, I've got all the tools, that you think would help in these situations. My gratitude practice, my meditation, my yoga. Obviously, yoga is challenging when you can't balance. And a lot of that time, when I first had all these symptoms, I had to sleep. I was in my bed. I had to stop working at one point because I wasn't able to do that. I had to stop driving. I felt like everything, all these parts of my life were being taken away from me. I couldn't ride my horse. Couldn't walk the dog, couldn't go and see friends, couldn't go to events. All of these things was just like the rug was pulled from underneath me. And I experienced a lot of grief and loss around this version of myself that was so active, that was so forward focused, so solution focused, so positive. She disappeared altogether. And I just was kind of left with this pool of symptoms, emotions, feelings. Now, you don't have to be experiencing challenging times, and it doesn't have to be a physical thing. It could be a mental thing for you. We all experience some challenges throughout our life. Our lives change, transform, and because of that, we need to change and transform. Now, I had studied acceptance and commitment therapy, and I was bringing elements of that into my work, but not a whole load. And one of the premises of acceptance and commitment therapy, it's used a lot with chronic pain, addiction, really challenging things. And what the premise is that you can still live a meaningful life. And this is what has got me partly to where I am today, with changing the focus of my business really into living intentionally, really into embracing joy, really into living a meaningful, core value-led life, a purposeful life. And so this week, as I said, I had my appointment with a balance therapist, and I got a diagnosis of something called PPPD. Now, thankfully, PPPD isn't degenerative. It can fix it. It can be fixed. However, because it's with our brain and our vestibular system, it really is this balance between doing enough but not doing too much. So I've been told that I'm basically doing too much. I need to pace myself even more than I have been pacing myself. And one thing that has got me through this challenge is joy. And what I would say is embracing joy in so many different parts of my life, ensuring that even if I've had to be bedded all day because my symptoms have been really bad, or I've overdone it, or even if, just I'm having a really tricky day and I can't do the things I want to do and go and see the people I want to see, that I can still find joy in my day. And I find these through sacred moments, through my meditation. I've just lit in some beautiful Palo Santo and have my cacao over there, do my meditation practice. And, you know, I could be really focused on this downward spiral of who I once was, all the things I can't do, and all those things. But I've done that and it wasn't pleasant. It wasn't a nice space to be. And by bringing joy into my life and learning the tools, the techniques, changing the thought processes that, you know, Kimmy and I will be teaching next weekend, I can still live a really, really powerful, meaningful, beautiful life despite not being able to do half the things that I used to think brought me joy, or at least, I mean, they would if I could do them, right? But, you know, I can still live that life. Now, I had reflexology last night, and the reflexology, like, she's a reflexologist really into spirituality. And, you know, we were discussing kind of, you know, the human physical reasons for this PPPD, and it can be caused by a virus, it can be caused by trauma, it can be caused by damage to the ear, and I've got the hospital next week to investigate the actual ear. But you know, she was like, what do you think it is from a spiritual point of view? Or, you know, what is the positive takeaway of the experience? Because it hadn't been particularly positive. And I said, it's really forced me to look at what brings me meaning, to really look at my purpose, to really look at what's important to me, because I have this finite well of energy, and who I give it to and what I give it to has to be really important and meaningful, because it's all I've got. I can't push it like I used to before. I can't give to everybody that I want to, or in the way that I used to. So I've had to develop things differently to do that. So for me, this is why my new coaching program is really focused around creating a beautiful, meaningful, intentional life, because it's possible for us all, even when we think it's not, right? And transformation, change, all these things can feel quite painful, but it's such a beautiful journey to take. So we have 2 final spaces on our joy journey next Sunday. It is from 10 till 12:30 at the Sanctuary in Balhelby, so just outside Aberdeen, but 7 miles outside Aberdeen. And honestly, we have so many gorgeous things to share with you. It's going to be really transformative. You're going to leave ready, you know, you're going to leave changed anyway and ready to implement it. We're giving you the tools to implement these things, to leave that past stuff behind so that you too can live a life of joy every single day. So sending you so much love from my heart to yours. I can't wait to connect with you in some way, shape or form. I'm going to go share this video on Facebook and Insta, and yeah, feel free to reach out to me, ask me any questions. But, you know, thinking about adding these pockets of joy, these moments of joy, whatever it is for you, connecting with beauty. Beauty is a big one for me that brings me joy, awe, nature, all these things, are available to us regardless of whether you're stuck in your bed ill or processing grief, or, you know, that's how Kimmy came on to discover, add depth to her joy journey, was after the sudden passing of her father, you know. And if you can find joy at moments like the both of us have experienced through physical and mental illness, through grief, then it is possible for us all. So I want you to know that. So I'm wishing you moments of joy throughout your day, sending you so much love from my heart to yours. Bye, my loves.